We're ready. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. This is just a practice run for now. Bonk. It's been a while. Well, welcome back. Decided to return to Saints for a bit. I wasn't really happy with the run that I had previously. It's an interesting category. For how long it is, it's not bad. I don't hate playing it. I mean, sometimes a little bit. Oh, that didn't work. You're not playing Hunter. Like 100 story percent, perhaps. I think I have to learn that category more because it's quite complicated in some parts, like the routing that you need to get the echoes in, or use a jetfish later in the run. Just need to make sure that I have all that figured out. Mostly echo routing, probably. Try to pronounce this? No. I'm good. Actually trying to grab those fruits. They're kind of hard to get when you're moving so quickly. That was not great either. No, not Genshin Impact. That was weird. That was like a fast fall. If we can not die to the Wormgrass this time. That would be nice. There's a yeek right there. I could have grabbed that one. Trying to speed an Artie? Well, good luck. The sad thing about Artie is that there's still a lot of time saved left in this 40% run. But, little motivation to actually attempt to run more. Because, like, out of all the attempts that I did, the one that actually finished the run was probably the slowest. I mean, obviously there were some slow runs here and there, you know. But those usually ended earlier. But there were a lot of runs that were much faster that made it really far. But that ended up dying. Something just happened there. So the one run that didn't die was actually quite a lot slower than some other attempts. Like, there was an attempt that was maybe like 30 seconds faster that I just didn't die at the very end. Like, literally to the Scab King. That run would be significantly faster. Which is, it's kind of a weird thing. I mean, also, something that's funny to think about is that Artificer actually spent way less time running Artificer than Spearmaster. How many Artificer streams did I do? Like 7? Compared to like 30 Spearmaster. Actually, I don't remember the exact numbers at all, but significantly more Spearmaster attempts. And it's just such a short run. It's only like 20 minutes. So it's like not unreasonable to just get lucky and have everything line up on at least one attempt, you know. But of course, if one thing goes wrong, then there goes like 30 seconds. And it's like, well, now the run isn't perfect, but I guess it's good enough, you know. But actually, I know that Artificer can be improved a lot. Because another speedrunner watched my run as like a review of it. Like, no, I don't know what the goal of that was, but they watched my run to like study it on stream, and he pointed out like so many like pretty obvious time losses and inefficiencies in terms of movement. And it kind of made me realize that this run, I focused so much on the RNG aspects of the just getting lucky and avoiding the creatures. I focused so much on that that I like didn't really improve the movement all that much. So if I went back and seriously practiced Artificer and try to improve the movement for every individual room, then a run could probably be maybe like a minute faster. I mean, it's kind of, that might be a stretch, considering the run is only like 20 minutes long. So a minute would be 5% of the whole run. But, you know, even if it only saves like 30 seconds, that's still quite a lot for such a short run. And that's in addition to some time losses from creatures. Like, a lot of time can be saved from that, definitely. But I never really thought of trying to optimize movement for Artie. Because for other runs, let's say, like Saint, okay, literally what I'm doing right now is a practice run where I have creatures disabled for the most part. Hostile creatures disabled, I guess. Which means that I can do a practice run where I can practice all of the movement in like one session without like dying randomly to creatures. But for Artie, I was like, well, okay, I could do a movement practice run, turn off creatures, just focus on practicing movement. But creatures play such a big part in the speedrun that it's like, it's strange to ignore that in a run, right? Like, practicing how to deal with the creatures is just as important as your movement, is what I was thinking, right? 10 points for leaping over the deer. Let's go. I was thinking, just like deal with the creatures. That's like most important. I did learn a lot from dealing with the creatures. I learned about ways to get around the scavengers in a few key rooms. I learned how to deal with king vultures much more efficiently. In fact, you know, I learned a lot about how to avoid king vultures from those runs because I died to them so often. I really had to figure out a way to avoid them. I got better at demasking vultures because you had to do that at the start of every single run. This is kind of fitting music. Not completely, though. Why is this? And so... But in the end, I finished a run, and I was able to deal with creatures in some places. But it could have been better if I had just improved my movement. So, you know, maybe I will return to Artificer with the goal of optimizing movement and then getting lucky after that. You know, that's kind of the frustrating thing, is that maybe you'll spend a long time practicing your movement, but then when you actually do a run, suddenly it's you're dealing with so many creatures that you can't even use the movement that you practice because you have to like deal with the creatures first. And also, Artificer has interesting stamina mechanics. Because, you know, the explosive jumps are the main way that you move around as Artificer. So you're gonna want to optimize your explosive jumps and your usage of them, and like when to use them, when to save them, and just save your stamina for a later room. Like I never really experimented with that too much. I just kind of found, hey, this is a good place to use an explosive jump. I guess you should use it here. And if you don't have enough stamina, well, maybe you don't need to do an explosive jump somewhere else. You know, that was like the extent of my optimization. Oh my gosh, picking up food is so annoying. So I'm sure that you could go in and like hyper optimize. Where is the best place to use the explosive jumps? Where do you want to like save your stamina? When is like movement decently fast without using the jumps? That was pretty bad. I'm sure you could do that. That was kind of strange. But it already has the same problem as some other characters where the beginning of the run is the hardest part. So just starting an attempt takes a long time. And I'm sure that for anyone who watched those streams, you know, like, sometimes, you know, getting past garbage waste is not guaranteed. And I might spend the entire day, or maybe like an hour, just like trying to get past garbage waste. I'd die to the vulture a bunch, I'd fail to get the mask in time, and then I'd finally get past the vulture, and then I'd die to the red lizard, and then it repeats for another hour, you know? And that stuff is not very, doesn't help with motivation, you know? Like Saint, like the exact opposite, where the beginning of the run is actually the easiest part by far. And so you could probably get all the way to farm raise at least, without really, like, having any risk of losing the run at all. And the movement is quite fun too, so, like, here. And like, R6 is way more dense in terms of its difficulty. Because for Spearmaster, you know, the beginning of the run is pretty hard, getting through outskirts and industrial and chimney. And maybe less with the mask, but you know, that's inconsistent. But then, you get to Pebbles and it's like really easy. You can soar all the way through Pebbles with no concerns at all. And then, you know, you get to Underhang and Precipice, and those are really difficult areas. But then you get to Moon, and okay, it's pretty easy again. You know, and then you go back to Precipice and Underhang and all that, and it's difficult again. So you get like 2 pretty long breaks where there's no threat at all. You can still, like, get a pretty big time loss, but you're not going to die. I mean, I have died though, so I don't know, maybe not, but it's significantly easier in comparison to those other areas. If that's garbage waste or getting through Metropolis is harder? Probably Metropolis, honestly. Because garbage waste is really concentrated in the very beginning. You have a room where you need to get past a green lizard and potentially some scavengers, and then vultures if you want to get the vulture mask. And then the very next room is like filled with vultures, red centipede, red lizard, more scavengers, some cyan lizards after that, a dropper, you know. And all that is in like 5 rooms total. Then, you know, once you get past that, it's pretty easy to get through the rest of it. And if you get a mask, then, of course, that makes the thing with the vultures harder. I mean, otherwise you don't need to deal with the vultures at all, but the mask means that you don't care about the cyan lizards at all, that definitely helps a lot. So, in that sense, garbage waste is probably really easy. It's mostly easy. You know, the like first like handful of rooms is definitely the exception. And getting the mask complicates things, and if you're going for time, obviously in a speedrun. Because you want to get a mask as soon as possible, and if it takes you like a minute to like find a vulture, kill the vulture, and then get the mask, it's like, do you really want to continue the run because that took so long, and it would be really easy just to restart and try again. It only takes like a minute to reset. So there's like a very high chance of resetting the run even if you don't die, but you know, dying is still pretty likely. And then Metropolis is at the very end of the run, so you're kind of stressed out. It's totally messed that up. It's filled with scavengers. It's filled with vultures. There's droppings too. I think just the concentration of scavengers definitely makes it the most difficult area. And then, like, getting through like the main chunk of the region, at the very end you have to get past the scavenger toll and then fight like a boss. Like, you know, good luck. It's mostly that last whole room, which is the most difficult part. Probably because my strategy boiled down to just charge at them. And so I died several times on like the third to last room, you know. Pretty music. I mean, I think of it more like if you're wearing a suit of armor and there was some like bacteria crawling on it. You know, I don't think they're very noticeable. Other than like whenever the ancients tried to directly communicate with the iterators, or if they, you know, the overseers probably had some level of interaction too. Can I swim? Yo, go up. This jetfish is huge pain if they get into this position. They will anger the snails, and then the snails kill you. It actually got stuck in the pipe. Hello? This part is scary. I didn't disable the giant jellyfish for some reason. I mean, actually, I've explained this before, but I think it's because they're more like environmental hazards than creatures. They're just always going to be there, so you might as well get used to them. Jellyfish is like right here. So you could definitely swim underneath them pretty easily. Even if their tentacles are all stretched out like that. They're probably not going to catch you. Almost bad timing. I bounced off the water there. I mean, the gravity needs to stay low here. It might change really quick. well, I guess that's convenient, but could have been better. A little bit higher there. Now we're good. Oops. I don't really know where the platforms are in this room, honestly. Oh, a spear. That could be good. Literally infinite energy with the spear. Oh, it's gone. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the jump scare. Frightening yellow hand. Don't forget to actually eat that food. Definitely doesn't mess with the route horribly. If you don't. Oops, that was great. Good job. So you can do a slide here. It's very fast. I just discovered that recently. So usually that's a kind of awkward tunnel to crawl through. But now it's, you just slide through the whole thing. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. I had an idea for a tournament that is never gonna happen, but conceptually, the idea is that it's like a bracket, right? Or I don't know if that would work. Who knows what the format would be? But basically, each round there would be some route that is just created, and this route would basically just be like, as this character, go from this place to this place as fast as possible, and you only have like X amount of attempts to set your time, right? And then whoever has the faster time move on to the next round. You just kind of keep doing that. Just pick a random routes. So not an area that'd be part of a run. Just some random rooms. Just connect them together. You just kind of have to come up with a route on the fly. Because there's oops, don't do that. I just kind of like the idea of any speedrun that isn't like set in stone, like one of the categories on those leaderboards, but more of just like a hey, let's like do this random like speedrun. Another idea would be to take some category and just see like who can get the best time in this category within like a week. So you get a week to do attempts to practice whenever. Just see who can do it the best. And it'd be some random obscure category like, I don't know. maybe that'd be made up too. Moon percent. I was gonna say moon percent, but then like the one random person who's done moon percent is gonna have a way easier time. And you could also say the same thing for most other speedrun categories. There's probably someone who's like specialized in that category at least, you know. Hello, welcome to the stream. Feed a reindeer to wormgrass percent. Hey, I've done that before. Gourmand expanded food quest. Eat every single edible thing, including creatures. That'd be a lot of creatures, you know. Would you have to like lineage like a strawberry lizard? Cross farm raise. That's just like absolute deer RNG. No one has an advantage. $90 unique items? Yeah, let's do a food quest with 90 items on it. Sounds fun. You spend like half your time just crafting random stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's so many creatures that you, of course, you can't craft. Includes doing a hunter run? No. You just use a save file where hunters already died. Like right next to the spawn point of Gourmand. You have to go out of bounds. So a noodle fly from a crafted egg is different than a regular noodle fly. Those are two different items on the list. And a scavenger merchant is a different item on the list compared to regular scavengers. Okay, maybe that's too far. I don't know if I would make that distinction. Eat every single unique variation of a creature. Eats every color of lantern map. Eats 5 pebbles. We all know that's what canonically happens. Pebbles collapses because Gourmand ate all the supports. When I should neuron than survivor, but then you can't do a monk sorbicent run where you get 2 neurons. And monk hold up, this is the wrong route. I'm thinking too much. Survivor and 30% have to get a neuron too, right? Like, people run that category, right? That was really bad. Oh, I understand. Gourmand eats a neuron. Oops, wait. This is what I forgot to do last practice run. I forgot to get Moon. I think it's nice if Moon has a positive relationship with the Slugcats. And if one of them ate her neurons, it should be like, hey, I hope you're not like the last one. There'd be a bit of, a bit of lost trust. Yeah, you really think Gourmand would just eat 1 neuron? Maybe when Hunter revives Moon, there's like 20 neurons. And then for Survivor, it's all the way back down to 5. Only because Gourmand decided to craft a few more, just for fun. It's fine. We'll visit Moon later. She's okay. There's only one Iggy because Gormon crafted the rest into neurons. What a menace. He was just a little bit hungry. Goodness. Okay. I'll do that. You'd also end up landing directly on the kelp. I got an unlock. I'm just clearing the way for when I do an actual attempt. But that's really satisfying to get when you slide directly into that pipe. Man, when's the last time I found a pipe yard? Quite a while ago at this point. Haven't had downport enabled for any of the challenges. I had like no speedruns go there at all. Last time anyone has went to pipe yard. I don't know how many people play Rainworld or are playing Rainworld at any given moment. But maybe it's high enough that there's always at least one person in pipe yard at any given moment. Or maybe it's low enough, or despite that, there's some times where there's no one in pipe yard at all. That'd be neat though, if you could see a ghost of like where other players are. Kind of like, oh, that's like the multiplayer in Mario Wonder. 900? Okay, they're probably not, really, realistically. Because how many people have downpour? And then, concentrations are going to be in, like, outskirts, industrial, chimney, garbage waste. Most Step Downpour. Those are all the people who are still playing. That actually sounds kind of neat for like a multiplayer mod. You don't have to have all like the physics line up and everything and like creatures and stuff, but you know, just being able to see other players means you can kind of like journey together. And maybe there's like some level of interaction, like you can revive other players if they're nearby. That'd be cool. Because I've heard that the main limitation of like multiplayer in Rain World is like the physics simulations essentially, and also the way that rooms are like realized. Like the fact that only some rooms are loaded in, like splitting up players, like kind of like messes with everything. So you kind of have to stay in the same room together. Checking. Yeah. That you might be able to go to that top pass, but it is in fact blocked off. And also, it's probably just best to fly through that other section because it's really easy to get stuck. Otherwise. And I messed that up immediately. Does that actually save flight time? I assume it does. Because you're still gaining height, and you're probably moving at the same speed. But you have it disabled like half the time. Oh gosh. Maybe a little bit. It's not too bad. I don't really like the noise that it makes though. I wasn't too loud for the stream. Should've gotten the other one. So, I don't know how many people saw this from the last Saint stream, but there's a chance that when you enter this room, you just die. I don't have no idea how it works, but a Mirror's Bird can teleport to your location right when you enter the room and just kill you instantly. So, just watch out for that. Oh, yellow blizzards. You typed that before I even entered the room. How would you know? Had a clip of that. Yeah, it's great. Rock is still there. Hello. Okay, don't know where I am because of the effects. Red enemies, I ascended them all. It's actually a really fun tech you can do for Saint, because the Ascension ability is actual Ascension, so they don't respawn once you hit them with it. So what you can actually do is go through the whole world and ascend every creature, and then on your next playthrough, they're all ascended, so they don't respawn. So it makes the rest of the run really, really easy. I just made that all up. I have a mod that just disables creatures, so this is just a practice run. But it does bother me a little bit that the creatures do respawn after you send them. Like the iterators don't, even if you exit out of the game. Whoops, hold up. Actually important that you activate this first. I sent everything percent. Yep, that wouldn't take forever. That's basically a score run though. I think the logic is that it's actually a new creature, but it seems kind of strange how a random creature can just show up and take the place of another. Especially when there's, I guess, like the moment there's an opportunity. I don't know. Let's go with those white lizards at the end. Yeah. You probably couldn't see them, but yeah, there was actually a lot of them. Is everything good? Looks like it. So this kind of time, maybe like a 53 is like what I'm aiming for. Which would be, hold up. Roughly 2.5 minute time save that I could get here. That is roughly the goal. But it's a song played in a place with no words. Isn't it in Subterranean? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, why is it playing right now? I don't see any orange lizards. There are actually orange lizards here, though. Whoa, going places. There's Orange Lizard. We get a lot of Downpour music. All the Piper themes and like there's always a rock there. I think there are some item spawns that are like consistent, or at least, you know, the chance that it will spawn in the same spot, you know. So whenever you enter this room, there's like a 50% chance that you find a spear in this one spot, you know. Or maybe it's even 100% chance, like in some locations where you're expected to spear pin to get somewhere. Like that one, like the path to get to memory crypts. It's like a big wall that you just can't pass unless you spear pin, but there's a bunch of spears in the pool below. And those are guaranteed to spawn, I'm pretty sure. It'd be strange if they weren't. Same with like some rooms in Shaded that would softlock you otherwise. At least before Downpour. And then it does feel like some of them are just like randomly just distributed everywhere. That was all bad. I'm pretty sure Thane's spawn has a bunch of spears, so that if you ever get over there as another character, you can get back. Oh, great. Good job. And when you play this game too much, you start to recognize other locations where there's likely to be items. You're always looking out for rocks and spears in a speedrun. So when you always see one in the same spot, it's like, oh, I can rely on that item spawn. Oh, right, those, like, pillars. Yeah. I like to think of those as, like, vulture hunting spots. Like, if I ever want to kill a vulture casually, it's like, oh, you gotta go to Chimney, and you'll always find spears up on those towers. And vultures are also pretty common there. But that might just be a Chimney thing and not really related to those rooms. You can also Echo Cheese if you want. You have the Echo activated. Makes it much easier to kill vultures for free. That's always the most fun thing to do in this run. Okay, now the run actually has some danger to it. Actually, that guy isn't a problem anymore. I think there's a white lizard in here. Oh. See, it was just a distraction to get the white lizard out of the way. He's still got in the way. See, why was that roll pounce not a big one? That was the most bizarre sequence of movements that I've ever done. Oh gosh, I always get stuck in that for some reason. Let's just keep moving forward. See, why? What happened? What happened? Why did that happen? Did I do inputs differently? Did I land on some weird part of the terrain? I may have jumped too early. No, not really. Oh, okay. That was like 2 jumps away from getting past the worm grass. Isn't that fun? And I was just thinking, like, hey, I've made it this far without dying to the worm grass. Isn't that nice? You're never safe. Can I get a single roll pounce from this? Lost city. How do you lose a whole city? I should have done that. You're supposed to do a slide bounce first. Well, I can't say that you're supposed to do anything, but that's usually what I do. Someday I'll figure this room out, not like throw it away horribly. Like, yeah, you go really fast, but then you just kind of get stuck down there. Bouncy rock over there. Ah. That's bad. Well, okay, it was mediocre. Could have been better. Excuse me. Those center wings are really funny. So new players will be very scared of them. Centipede that can fly around. Like, they must be the most dangerous enemy in the game. Ah, they're chill. You literally just like walk on top of them and they don't care. You're a vulture. And it's hard to understand their intentions. They just kind of exist, you know? Yeah, it's pretty easy to tell, like, is a lizard mad at you? I think you can figure that out. If they want to eat you. But the centipedes, they're just there. Same with the deer, really. You don't know anything about them. Not a single thought in that head. Please let me through. Thank you. That guy's a little bit scary. that a deer? Yes. I tried a deer tech. Didn't work. How about Overseer? Yep. They're still here. I mean, it's surprising, right? I think that the scavengers would have killed them all at this point. Maybe there's way more than we think there are. Maybe there's like thousands of Overseers. Most of them are just kind of hidden away. And even then, like, if there were thousands of Overseers, you know, probably a handful of Overseers die every cycle to the scavengers. Maybe they respawn too. Oh no, the Overseers are a separate entity. Like how Moon's Overseers are still around, even when after she's collapsed. They're charging array. I just kind of assume that they have infinite energy. Oh really? He had to come down and get me? I was just on my way, you know. And I never know with the scavengers if they're targeting me or if they're targeting the Yeek. And if they're targeting the Yeek, they have awful aim. Speaking of scavengers. Yeah, I'm not an Overseer. Whoops, that didn't work. Just kind of see those scavengers and you're like, well, I hope they don't kill me. A survivor or monk, or saint. Survivor or saint. You just kind of run past the scavengers and hope that they aren't mean that day. If you're like Hunter or Spearmaster, then good luck. Or Gourmand, actually. They're really rough as Gourmand for some reason, even though they should have neutral rep for Gourmand too. They probably hunt Yeeks for food, but why Yeeks and not like any other creature in the game? Because they only ever attack stuff for self-defense. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. Dude, wasn't I going the wrong way? I may have just like totally forgotten what I'm doing. Literally every other creature in the game eats lizards. Now, I guess yeah, they can eat like fruit and stuff. Blue fruit, the bubble fruit. Mostly the same stuff as let's look at. But then Yeeks, like only Yeeks and like no other creatures. who are like way off in outer expanse, and most Zeeks are probably never, or most scavengers are never gonna know what they are. Hello, welcome to the stream. Don't go that way, goodness. I may be tired. Maybe, perhaps, perchance. This is the best Echo song, by the way. You guys are probably from Outer Expanse. I think scavengers, I don't know. But we mostly see scavengers around garbage wastes and pebbles, but I guess that's where pearls are mostly, right? So they could have like originated in Outer Expanse, and then they were like, hey, let's go like find these shiny things. Campaign as Saint. I'm gonna have to do that soon, but in a different way, as in playing as Hunter but being a pacifist. I should do something else other than Rain World. Just sometime, you know. I think the doing the challenges, doing the Discord challenges, that was fun for a while, but now it's into the annoying tier of difficulty, where it's like, I don't know, so like there's been some recent challenges that have just been really frustrating, where it's just like kind of random. And you just have to spend a lot of attempts just doing the same thing over and over again. And maybe that sounds a lot like speedrunning. But speedrunning has like engaging movement, and I don't know, I think speedrunning is a lot more interesting other than like form this one like jank glitch. But I hope that it works correctly 3 times in a row. Hollow Knight or Ori speedrunning? Now Ori, I don't know about Ori. Maybe I'll try to speedrun Hollow Knight someday. Because I've kind of been interested in Hollow Knight speedrunning on the side. If you know of Scurry, they have played Rain World a lot on their streams, but they started as like a Hollow Knight speedrunner. They've done a whole lot of like Hollow Knight speedrun related challenges, I guess you could say. Whoa, I'm dead. That's a new one. So like I know about the speedrun roughly. Unintentional dissension challenge. I don't know. Hollow Knight is kind of strange. I know the beginning of the run is kind of boring. I mean, the beginning of the game is kind of boring, so. And I've actually mostly stayed away from the speedrun probably because of some tech that is like very difficult, but also very important. Like the shade, no, not shade skip. I mean, maybe shade skip too, but fireball skip is pretty difficult. So maybe I haven't like had practiced it enough, but it's like if you can do fireball skip, you can, you know, skip huge portions of the run, and you know that's kind of like important for the route and the way the route works. If you can't do it, then you have to like take like a completely alternate routes that like isn't really part of the speedrun, you know. So you kind of have to learn these skips. Some of them might be pretty difficult actually. I don't know. I guess I haven't really tried. And then Ori. Honestly, I don't really like Ori. The best part about Ori is the platforming sections. Everything else is, I don't know. It looks cool. It has good music. I don't know. I was interested in sequel, the Will of the Wisps, and it was one of the first games where I was like, I'm gonna avoid spoilers for this game and then play it blind. And then I did that, and it was like I played the whole game and I beat it, but then I like didn't really have any interest in like ever touch the game again. That's kind of how I felt about that game. Like, oh yeah, that was cool. This part of the game was fun, and then that was it, which is unusual for me. I usually will play a game several times if I enjoy it. Like, even for how much I complain about Hollow Knight, I have played that game like several times over. Oh, nice one. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. But I think that's the kind of sad thing about Ori is that like I think the most fun parts of the game were those like boss fights where you're just running from them. And it's like a very extended like platforming sequence, you know? But the problem is that you beat that and then it's like, well, you're done, you know? You fight the boss once, and for me they were like pretty easy, so it only took like a few attempts or a few deaths. And you know, you just be done with it, and it's like, well, that was like really fun, but it was only like 2 minutes long. Is this my first time playing Saint? Yep. Never played this character before. Actually, it's my first time playing Rain World. I decided Saint would be the most interesting to start with. saying it's great for beginners, that you just good stealth mechanic. Not even stealth, I think it's like more like evasion. Can you outrun this creature? Can you just jump over them? Can you avoid like direct confrontation? Like stealth, I mean, I guess it depends on your definition of stealth, but usually I'm like jumping around and trying to like get away from them instead of just like hiding and staying out of sight. Although that does help, you know. Introvert character, he's just like me for real, for real. Ow, brain damage. What? You telling me Slugcats aren't real? You're being real now? How long ago did I start playing Rain World? A few months after it released, I think. But my experience with Rain World was like it came out. I found out that it came out. And I was like, oh, I'll play this game, and I played it for a bit, and then I don't know what happened. I don't really remember. I guess it wasn't too important for me at the time. I guess, but then I like played it kind of on and off every once in a while. But then like most of my playtime was since around when Downpour was announced. It's like, oh, this game is pretty cool. I guess I'll play it again. And I kind of realized around that time that this game is actually really cool. And I know it's known that Rain World is a good game. But my like explanation was like, it is very immersive. That is like why I thought Rain World was good. Like, it makes you, it's a very immersive game despite being like 2D, despite being like, or despite being a Slugcat, you know, you feel immersed as the Slugcat, and you hide from predators, you like hunting for food, you're like worried about the time when it's gonna rain. It is very immersive in that sense, and I was like, yeah, that's why Rain World is good. And then I played it again later, and I was like, wait, everything about this game is actually crazy. The music is good, the story is crazy, like the environments are incredibly unique, and the creature AI, and like you just kind of keep going on and on about Rain World. And then since that time, since Downpour Espen was announced, I've pretty much constantly been playing Rain World ever since. I took a short break recently from streaming the game, but other than that, I've been playing at least once every week. And I only really started speedrunning the game roughly at the same time that I started streaming it. Oh, I could have just picked up that Eek. Like, before streaming, I'd only done a handful of, like, attempts of, like, Public Descent and, like, the Journey challenge. That's pretty much all my speedrunning experience with the game. Ow. But I guess I was interested in learning, like, movement tech before then. Yeah, the popcorn did just pop randomly. Sometimes I think they carry over the value from the previous cycle. Like, if it's about to freeze, then that you go to the next cycle, then, like, it stays frozen and will pop, like, quickly. Where's all the spiders? Oops. Okay, well, I can't really move that quickly because this guy is here. Is he dead? He's just dancing. Are you okay? Please make a decision. Sploosh. Okay, I'm back. This is Coast, right? It plays in... Or, hold on, I need to check. Yeah, Coast. This plays in, like, Waterfront Facility, right? The water DLC. I can't wait for them to add water to the game. It's been long enough. Do you think there's any chance I could get early access to the DLC? Because before Downpour came out, a bunch of live streamers and YouTubers got access to the DLC early. But also, I don't even know if I did get access early, I don't know if I would want to stream it, because I feel that there would be viewers who would want to watch live, but who may not want to be spoiled. please. That's like this train is perfectly designed to suck. Obviously, I mean, it was designed in downforce, so I guess maybe they considered it a little bit. Please let me go, thank you. Okay, will this room suck? No, extremely lucky. Yeah, I'm not planning on speedrunning it either. At least not immediately. I want to actually enjoy the experience and just explore and, you know, discover what's going on. I don't want to immediately say, okay, rush the ending, rush the ending. That's the mistake that I made with Pizza Tower. Where I was like, I'm gonna speedrun this game. Because I'm a speedrunner, right? But then I like didn't enjoy it because I didn't have any time to process what was going on. But just basically like, just ran constantly and didn't really experience the game fully. If he ends campaign, I'm good. I think I'll stick to the good content. That's scary. Oh, it's chasing me. That's freaky. Because when you enter that room and you throw a rock, there's a very high chance that you just hit the spitter spider. But I didn't hit him, so I don't even know where he was. The problem with in is, well, so many things. So many things. Just kind of conceptually, I don't like the idea that it is part of the official DLC to Rain World. And the devs were like, hey, let's just joke around and just make some random stuff. You know, just throw things together. We forgot to render this one lol. Let's just throw like 20 red centipedes in this area and maybe some train lizards from that mod. Oh, so let's put in a dating simulator too. That definitely fits with Rain World. Fits with the community very well. Ah, yes, the Rain World community. Run, run. Okay, they get stuck in the pipe somehow. Yes, that echo is very good, but we have places to go. That's kind of bad. Nope, nothing here. Oh my gosh. Grab the fruit, stupid. This this area is certainly something. You know, I really wish those guys, those birds, I really wish they could like fly around. And maybe also they should have like a explosion. Like they can just explode you on command, you know. No. Oh, I bonked into him. Sorry about that. Maybe lasers too. Maybe like blades for scissors or for feathers. Let's put 5 of them in garbage waste. Oops, that was way too early, or way too late. By the way, if you don't know, Murals vultures were literally one of the first creatures that the mod developers made as like an experiment to see if they can make new creatures. Like, let's just take a vulture and a Murals bird and just smash them together. And it worked, and they're like, hey, look at this abomination I created. And then they're like, you know what, let's put this in the new DLC. Just because. I guess they were planning on putting it on the mod, into the mod anyway, but it wasn't exactly the same creature. There was they added like sound effects and the laser and explosions and some of like the visuals, you know. But I think originally it was pretty much just a vulture with a Murals bird head. But you know, conceptually it was there from the beginning, like several years before Downpour released or was even announced in the first place. Night feathers go crazy. How do they not like cut themselves up, and how are they like light enough to fly? Like, I kind of think of vultures as being like big balloons. The jetpack. Oh, there's leeches here too. That's information. Yep. YouTube and Twitch chat, once again having the same brain. The hive. most mods are not allowed for speedruns. The ones that are barely impact gameplay at all. In fact, they're not supposed to impact gameplay. The only mod that you can see right now that's active is the input display in the, oops, hold on. In the bottom left, you can see which inputs I'm doing, what keys I'm pressing. And then another mod that basically lets keyboard players do the same thing that controller players can do. There's no mod for controller players that lets them fastball climb though, so it sucks for them. Yes, input display is a mod. Okay, good. How does the stream overlay? Nope, it's part of the game. I mean, I could do a stream overlay if I wanted to, so I don't need to use a mod. Honestly, I don't know how to do that. I've used like keyboard like input displays before on OBS, but only with like presets, and I don't know how to like pick which keys it shows. Go this way. Do not eat the Saints. They are not made of cheese. You're not the same. Hey, dude. This is why I wanted to get rid of them earlier. Like, I usually like to throw a rock at that spider so that they run away or get stunned or something. This song doesn't even play for Sync. I think Frosted Festival plays instead in the same place. Psycho 14. He's here. Like a 15. Huh, that is interesting. That does seem kind of high, doesn't it? What is Lizard's status? He's in a good spot. He's not trolling. Ooh, that's probably the best one I've done so far. Hey, spiders. Don't mind me. Hey dude. He's just taking a nap. Please. Oops, shoot, I shouldn't have jumped there. Weird looking rock. Things figured out how to see with their eyes. Rolling activities have been put on pause for the time being. Oh, this guy's up though. He's still on the grind. No spider? No spider. Sorry, but I just smacked that guy in the face. Don't forget about Moon. That was kind of bad. This is interesting music to be playing now. Oh no, I don't like that sound. I missed! Wait, he missed. Okay. I shouldn't be alive. Okay, well, I need to visit Moon. Nice shadow. Thank you. Okay, I probably should have just killed them all. Man. That one guy was nice though, so I was thinking there was a chance. Or maybe he just didn't have a spear. I'm probably gonna end the stream now. I don't think I really want to, like, try hard these speedruns anymore. Or I'll spend, like, 3 or more hours just grinding attempts. I think this is fine. He didn't have a spear. Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe he picked up a spear, or maybe that's just another scavenger that showed up. But that was good. That's the interesting thing about Saint is that the middle chunk of the run is actually, like, pretty easy. Getting those last few echoes, going to the moon and pebbles, like there's not really anything dangerous in your way. There's like a blue lizard, a red spider, maybe like there isn't really much else that's too dangerous, right? So that's the kind of nice thing about that run. It isn't too bad. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I'll probably do some other speedrun tomorrow. I don't know. I'll think about it. Yeah. See ya.